This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for the week of July 24th, 2023. No lazy, hazy anything except maybe in the memories that are increasingly swirling through your mind. It's a fiery time indeed, high energy, high drama. We come into the week with the sun and two inner planets in Leo. Venus, the goddess of all we desire and value, creativity, beauty, love, money, and Mercury, ruler of everything that goes in and out of our minds and mouths. Venus has just stationed retrograde, beginning a journey to the past that will continue through September 3rd, presenting opportunities to clean up some old business involving past relationships, unfinished projects, unexpressed creativity, summoning all kinds of people from the past, particularly from your very young days and your school days and important relationships, flames, crushes, loves, people in situations that once were extremely important to you. The retrograde journey and this week were both kicked off by unexpected information, unexpected insights, jolts and blasts, and messages that tilted the way we have been looking at something and probably the way we've been looking at ourselves. Those tilts send us barreling into this week, which is filled with seesaws, with adjustments, with situation after situation that we head into in one mode and quickly realize, learn, or are told we must shift, adjust, adapt. This is the week of inconjuncts, adjustment aspects, with planets being 150 degrees away from each other, and the symbol for this actually does look like a seesaw. Calibration is necessary and adjustment is necessary to find balance. The first one involves Venus's retrograde. Venus is in an adjustment aspect to Pluto, her greater counterpart in desire and money. Subterranean forces are lurking everywhere and tugging at our hearts, steering things. You might have a surge of actual fear about your own survival or security, or hit something that requires you to let go of a situation from the past. There's a clearing vibe to this. And then Mercury joins the adjustment dance. He's also on the playground with the seesaws. Let's put as many different metaphors in this as I can come up with. We'll see if there are more. On the 26th, an adjustment in our thinking is coming, in our information is coming, having to do with the role of fantasy or illusion or lying or disinformation. This is very likely a pivotal moment in the various strikes in the entertainment industry as Mercury makes an adjustment aspect to Neptune, Mercury being contract negotiations, Neptune being the industry. And then Mercury and Venus go huddle in a corner and figure some things out. We have a conjunction between mind and heart, thinking and desire, something in relationships getting in on, let's use a trite staying here, the same page. The Mercury-Venus conjunction on the 27th very well stirs communication from someone from your past. Actually, open your email, answer your phone. There's a kind of retro feel to this. So, we used to use telephones to talk. And then Mercury has his own time on the seesaw with the agent of unavoidable change, Pluto in Capricorn. Remember that every time a planet is at the end of a sign, it's having a contact with Pluto. Between now and the middle of January next year, something has to change in our thinking, in our information sources, in our conversations and communication, in whatever we're exposing our minds to. Something streamlines, simplifies, and it is entirely probable that something kind of unpleasant, uncomfortable, even scary, a harsh truth, drives whatever it is you're leaving behind as Mercury makes his way out the door and enters his Earth home of Virgo immediately afterwards. This is on the 28th. Mercury remains in his mode of evaluation and discrimination and looking for improvement and paying attention to the details and practical ramifications until the beginning of October. And the reason he's going to be in the sign for this long is this is the sign where he goes retrograde at the end of August, overlapping with the final weeks of Venus's retrograde. For now, he's giving us kind of a cool head and a little bit of objectivity as we go through our Venus retrograde experience, giving us the ability to talk, to think, to evaluate, to analyze, and be very discerning and discriminating as we encounter ghost after ghost after ghost from the past. The weekend unrolls with a couple more adjustments. One has a theme of who's the boss, who's in charge here, am I or is some outer force? As the sun inconjuncts Saturn, the taskmaster, the planet of adulting and authority, on the 29th, and teeing up the inconjunct that will start week after next on the 30th, when the two rulers of love and creativity, Venus and Neptune, make their own adjustment aspect. All the information we get this week, or a lot of the information we get this week, could very well lead to dispelling some illusions and nostalgia that you have about the past. In the meantime, play the music from your teens and 20s. Go revisit movies that you loved. Pull out your old school yearbooks. Look for pieces of yourself that are scattered across your path behind you and see what parts of you want to pick up and put back into the you of time present. Homing thought of the week. Listen to my heart, but wait before speaking. Song of the week. This Is Me by Demi Lovato, and the image of the week is adjusting a radio tuner to get a clear signal. You'll learn more about this in my forecast for July, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience, and in the time since last week's podcast, the recipient of 2 awards from Om Times Media, one for my Celestial Compass show, and the other Best Astrologer in the 2022 Omi Awards. And it's like the Oscars and the Tonys. I know it's 2023. The award is for last year. Okay. I host the show, now award-winning Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited in the group The Astro Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I'm on Instagram at K.A. Biehl and on YouTube at The Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.